Welcome to Designing Your Life Today, the podcast designed for people who want to build a magnificent life, profitable business, and lots of wealth. Everything you desire is waiting for you to claim it. There's no creating involved, only invention through imagination and building through action. You are at the center of all your desires, dreams, and achievements. Welcome to Designing Your Life Today, the podcast that's all about your success, achieving your goals, building wealth through your business, and building your most passionate, powerful, magnificent life. Discover ways to use your purpose to connect you to serving others and living your dreams. I am Pat Council, and I know you are built by design to win. And it all begins with knowing how to tap into your success energy. Let's get on the path of discovery, decisive action, development, and unwavering dedication to your life's calling. It's time to embark on a transformative journey where your deepest passions become your most rewarding achievements. Embrace your power to shape your destiny, because this is your moment to do life with power. Hello, Power Up Nation. I am Pat Council, and today I want to talk about what is preventing your success. I know you have a lot of goals, you have a lot of ideas, you have things that you want to make happen. A lot of people want to increase their finances. Today, that seems to be all we hear about is money, money, money. Not a bad thing, unless it's being used to manipulate. And I won't get into that. However, we're going to talk about what is preventing your success. So I want to share something that I consider to be very profound, not because it's something that I thought of, but it's because of certain practices that I have learned over the years in business and in my life so that I can improve my life and build that magnificent life. And so I can improve my business and build that magnificent, profitable business because it funds my lifestyle. And so not only does it fund my lifestyle, having the kind of money that you want and me having the kind of money that I desire as well, it's not just about funding a lifestyle. It's about being able to help others when they need help. It's about being in that position where you're not worried about where your next dollar is coming from, and you're not worried about the other people that you would like to help, your family members and people that are close to you, your friends. And so it's really important that we understand what it really takes for us to make success happen. There are lots of people out there who, some of them profess to be gurus. Some of them, I guess, are gurus. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. The point is they're sharing information about how you can achieve your goals, how you can have more, how you can really, build the life that you want financially. And so I want to talk about all of the above, not just the finances, but the personal growth as well, or the personal side of your life as well. So when it comes to you becoming successful, what goals do you have? Right now, at this point in the year, this time of the year, where are you when it comes to achieving your goals? Where are you when it comes to building and increasing the finances that you desire? So if you're not on track, that's okay. Because you know what? The object of the game is to always set a goal that's larger than what you think you can achieve. Now, not astronomically larger. For example, if you say, well, I want to earn six figures, and then you set the goal to $10 million. Well, I'm not telling you what will and won't work without getting into what it takes to do that. I have a podcast that's called True Freedom Takes Change. And so I'll put that link in the show notes, and that will explain what it takes, let's say, to, instead of achieving that $100,000 goal or that six-figure goal, what it takes to achieve, let's say, the $10 million goal. But today, I want to talk about what's preventing you from achieving, what's preventing your success, what's preventing you from actually living your magnificent life. This life that you have wanted to live for who knows how long, and somehow it just seems to as though nothing is happening. And it seems as though you keep repeating the same things over and over again. Now, when I share with people in my coaching, one of the things I always get permission for is to talk to them about all of who they are. That's mentally, their mental side, emotional, physical, and spiritual self. I call those the 4 power cores, because if you're not in tune with those 4 parts of you, it becomes very difficult for you to make things happen. Now, it's easy for people to look at the physical, and it's, in truth, if they will tell themselves the truth, it's a little bit difficult for them to really acknowledge that their mindset may not be where they want it to be. A lot of people like to pretend as though, oh, I know that. I know. Well, here's the thing. I just want to kind of say something about that before we talk about what is preventing your success, before we get deeper into that. So the thing about a person who's always saying, I know that, a couple of things. Number one, they've stopped learning. So they're not willing to receive any new information, and there's not going to be any change, because when a person starts saying what they know, what happens is they're putting up a wall. Okay, so that's the first thing. The other thing about a person who says, I know that, I don't know if they realize how it looks, because the question becomes, if you know that, why are you not doing it? Now, in truth, a lot of times they do know the answer, okay? Because a lot of the answers come, let's say, through our spirit, if we allow it to. And it comes into mind, okay, this is what, if you do X, Y, Z, this will take you where you want to go. Because we are built by design to win. And so we will be prompted. And some people call it intuition. I call it the Holy Spirit. So we'll be prompted to take certain actions. So yeah, you do know. But then again, the question becomes, why aren't you doing it? Well, I'll just tell you this. In that case, you might want to get an accountability partner, get a coach, get a mentor, get someone that you can reach out to that will help you actually follow through. Because what you're doing is you're denying yourself your destiny. You're denying your own success. So after having said that, let's talk a little bit more and get a little more deeply or deeper. Let's get deeper. There, that's easy. Let's get deeper into what is preventing your success. Now, when I share these things, a lot of times I am thinking of someone that I've either coached or, and this is never anyone recent, but this is like from years ago, or I'm thinking of an experience, something I've actually experienced. And of course, when it's me, I don't have a problem saying, yeah, been there, done that. And I went through that. Well, why don't we just start with the easy part. The easy part is me using myself as an example. I can remember years ago when I was not getting any results, when my success was not happening. Now, and I thought, oh my goodness, and this has happened to me more than once. If you guys have been listening to this podcast beyond 3 months, I'm sure I've mentioned that I was in real estate. Also sure that I mentioned at one point I was in multi-level marketing or network marketing company. And so I did well in real estate. I did well in that multi-level marketing company. And now, of course, my company, Power Up Nation, where I love teaching people to take the limits off of their own ability. That's why it's Do Life with Power. So, and I want them to understand that they are built by design to win. Now, Power Up Nation, which is my company now, one of the things that I want to say to you that every time you start something new, you are going to go through this period of where nothing seems to be happening. And in some cases, nothing is happening. Sometimes it seems like it's not happening, but you're doing the work. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're doing everything right. And so it's going to happen. But there are times when success is just not happening for you. And you're trying to figure out, okay, what is it I'm doing wrong? Well, first of all, you want to ask yourself not what you're doing wrong, but you want to ask yourself a different kind of question. What does it take to achieve this goal? What does it take to allow the abundance that I'm working to attract into my life? What does it allow for that to flow? What does it take? Or how can I understand more about the person I need to become so that I can get the things that I desire, get the lifestyle that I desire, build that profitable business? So you want to ask yourself the right questions. But one of the things that stops success or prevents success more than anything else in the world is we constantly look to the outside world to rescue us, to solve our problems, to answer all of our questions. Now, back to me. When I started in real estate, okay, and this went across the board. So let's just say all 3 times. Actually, the multi-level marketing was not so difficult. But so let's say real estate and the company I have now, where we do coaching and we provide other resources to help you get to where it is you desire to be, using your God-inspired gifts and talents. So with that being said, one of the things that I had to learn, especially, actually both times, I had to learn that the answers to my success did not begin on the outside of me. Now, I had to learn real estate, of course, but I know lots of people who learned real estate who actually knew it better than, could do it better than I could. And they knew real estate much, much better. They knew all the rules, and I always had to look things up. So I know people who were, let's just say, supposed to be on top of their game. So they got all of their outside knowledge, everything from the external. So when it comes to success, this is where I'm going with this. When it comes to success, one of the things and one of the most important things that will prevent your success is that we keep looking outside ourselves. We keep looking to other people. We become in awe of what this person is bringing to the table. I have always said this since the beginning of this podcast, that it is important to respect a person's gifts and talents. It is important to respect what they're bringing to the table for you. It is important for you to learn from them what you need to learn. But at the end of the day, it is more important that you learn about you. And you do that by going inside. So when we're not getting results, when things don't seem to be moving, one of the things that we're doing is a lot of times we're completely involved in the externals of life, everything that's going on. And then we're wondering why it's not working for us, why we're not getting what we want. So the object of the game for you, and I hope to give you some actionable strategies on this podcast. Actually, I will give you some. The object of the game for you is to really, acknowledge you have 5 senses. We have those 5 senses. But the object of the game is to not just fully rely on the 5 senses. Okay, this is where Sometimes we're focused on different rituals. We're focused on listening to music. For example, if you go to YouTube, there's music to help you study. There's music that's supposed to help you think. Okay, so there's always something coming at you from the outside. And so we're reaching to the outside, and it doesn't mean you don't need help. That's not what this is about. You need to learn you need to learn a lot of times from someone who has succeeded on a level that you are working to get to. So there's nothing wrong with that. However, there's that point, that period each day where you need to spend time with the most important person in your life, and that would be you. I know listening to this, you're thinking, oh, I'm a mother. The most important person in my life, they're my children. Well, you know what, Mom? If you're not on your game, if you don't feel good about you, if you're not in touch with you, if you've not tapped into the very essence of you by connecting with the divine presence in you, you're sending a message to your kids that they have to do the exact same thing that you do. They have to look outside themselves. So they have to always struggle, and they're always beholden to someone else. Their life, their future, their success is in the hands of another human being. Now, this is kind of weird because I'm going back and forth here, because here's the catch-22. The catch-22 is that, well, pretty much everything we want, it's going to come from a human, someone somewhere. If you want more money, people are going to have to give it to you through a service that you provide or a product that you are offering. Okay. Or if you work a job. Of course, this podcast is geared towards people who are interested in entrepreneurship, but we'll go ahead and say job, because some of you are still working jobs and you're interested in taking that leap into entrepreneurship. So this is something that you really need to know. It's about how you think and how you look at your life, and you say, well, how am I supposed to think? Well, the best way to figure that out is to take the time to be still. That way, all of the knowledge, all of the information that you learn from a mentor, from a coach, from a book you've read, from watching videos on YouTube, you can effectively process that information and you can turn it into something that you can use that will cause you to take action. So what would be my first power-up action for you? My first power-up action to suggest to you would be that you actually look at a schedule and say, I'm going to block out, even if it's just 15 minutes, okay, in the morning, and let's say 5 minutes at night. I'm going to block out 20 minutes a day to start with, to have that quiet time, to spend that time with myself. You know, when I mentioned that I've done different things, you know, the real estate, I've been in multi-level marketing, and of course now Power Up Nation. Now, one thing I want to say, in multi-level marketing, I had a group of women. It was 91 women. Okay. And they were across the country. And a lot of times I would teach them that they needed to have that quiet time. So this is what the feedback I would always get. Well, I have children and I have to get up and go to work tomorrow, and I have a lot going on in my life. And when I try to have quiet time, somebody's always tugging at me. So I gave them 2 suggestions. Suggestion 1, go in the bathroom, lock the door, and say, you know what? I have to use the bathroom. Well, you do. You're using it for some quiet time, to be still. Okay. Things grow in the stillness. Okay. Seeds, if you plant a seed in the ground at night, it starts to work on sprouting. So you wake up one day, you go out and you check your garden, if you have one, or the little seed that you planted, and all of a sudden you see it's breaking through the ground. So you need to have that stillness. You need to have that time with yourself. So if you're not getting the outcome that you're looking for, then what's preventing your success is the fact that you have made no divine connection. You've made no connection to discover that power that exists within you. And so the beauty of that, of doing that, is what happens is all of a sudden, your desires, your ideas, your plan, even your purpose, all of this, all of a sudden becomes more real to you. It becomes more real. You develop a connection to your inspired destiny, to your divine purpose. And now you're going to be a happier person. But if you're always looking to the outside to figure out what's going to happen, what you're doing is you're turning your life over to another human being, and they have probably just as many challenges in their life as you're having in yours. That includes our politicians. And speaking of which, I just want to use them as an example because they're a great example. Right now, here in America, and I say here in America because our podcast is listened to by people in 55 countries across the world. So in America, it's time for elections, okay? And if there are people who are glued to the television and they are engaged in all of the drama that's going on, all of the just everything that's going on, and I'm just going to say it, the dishonesty in some cases, all of the control where people are trying to feed other people's minds and get them to respond a certain way. So with that being said, and I'm not saying this from a point of criticism, it's from a point of fact, okay? But with that being said, what's happening is that externally, you're watching these things to see which way is the economy going to go, who's going to be the best person to choose that's going to get you what you want. And you know what's happening? You're wasting your energy and your time on the externals of life, externalities, if you will. So you are wasting your time on that. And so it's very hard for you to see, to get that change in your life without first changing your mind. And then it's hard for you to even change your mind if you're not connecting with the divine presence in you. Okay, you have to commune with the divine presence in you. So I've given you a power up action that you can take, and that is spend 20 minutes a day, 15 in the morning and 5 at night. I've had some people tell me, well, I have to get up at 4:30 so I can go to work. So I can be at work and beat the traffic and so on and so forth. There, external. That's all external. Someone's pulling you in a direction that's stressing you out. And you're saying that you have absolutely no time for the most important person in your life. That would be you. So I want to encourage you to take the time to be still and to really, let's say, not be so impressed by everything that you see on television, not be so wrapped up in the music that you're constantly hearing. In other words, we always have to have some kind of sounds coming at us or some kind of visual aids coming towards us, pictures, television. And you know what? I can talk about that because I had to wean myself off of television. Of course, I used to watch a lot of superhero shows, but they kind of helped me because they became so violent and too political for me. And I'm like, you know what? I just want to be entertained, not brainwashed. So it made it easier for me to stop watching those. However, back on track here as we start to wrap up. When you constantly look outside, you're going to have unwanted thoughts that's swimming around in your mind. Okay. And as a result of that, you're going to be convinced that this is the life that you have to live in order for you to survive. In other words, everything outside of you is going to convince you that you have to go into survival mode because there isn't enough. If you watch politicians, they're going to tell you all the things that they're going to give you. Now, I want to say this. If you're looking for wealth, unless you get a government contract and know what to do with that money when you get it, I can't say the government's going to make you wealthy. Okay. And this is not me saying anything bad about the government. This is me trying to get you to understand the power that exists within you. The Bible tells us it is God who gives us the power to get wealth. So what does that even mean? Well, it means he's going to give you ideas. You're built by design to win. You have in a divine destiny or some God-inspired talents, gifts and talents that God put in you. And the truth of the matter is we allow the outside world to talk us out of what makes us most powerful, what causes us to be at our best. For example, as we wrap up here, for example, if someone says, okay, you need to be a teacher, and you're not even cut out to be a teacher, but you have a completely different calling on your life. Who knows? Maybe you're called to be an astronaut. I don't know. And you go in a direction that the outside world sends you. And that might explain for all the complaining and dissatisfaction we have in our world today, because people are displaced and kind of misplaced. So with that being said, you guys, I don't want to kind of belabor that, but the thing that is preventing your success is, well, the fact that you will not be still. So be still and take the time to commune with the divine presence. So you say, when I'm communing with the divine presence, how do I do that? And what am I doing? This is about you, first of all, being silent. And this is about you really thinking about what you truly desire to have and bring into your life. And you have to believe that you have it now. And you have to believe not only that you have it now, that whatever it is you desire, it's just going to keep coming. You're going to receive it. That abundance is going to just flow into your life, and you will be prompted to take certain actions. And then if you take those actions, okay, you're going to get the kind of results that you desire. Why? Because the thing that you desire, your idea or your plan, your purpose, or whatever invention you're thinking about, it's as real as, well, your heart. Okay. And it has form, it has shape, and this substance it's in your mind. It's coming from you. The idea that you came up with, God put it in your head for a reason. So you want to give it your attention and really amplify that. And then trust that the infinite intelligence, which is God, that gave you the idea will reveal the perfect plan for it to unfold. So if you're not getting the success that you're after, consider that. So try being still. Try this for about, let's say, 7 days, and journal what's starting to happen. Now, last thing is, as we wrap up here, 2 things. Number 1, your mind is going to tug at you and say, you know what, we're missing the news. Something really is going on out there that we need to know about. I promise you, whatever you miss on the news on a Monday, you can catch it again on a Saturday, okay, or Sunday, or even the following week, because they say the same things over and over again until something new comes along. So you won't miss anything, and it won't stop your life. Okay, that I promise you. Whatever catastrophe is going to come or disaster is coming, you will find out about it. So the point that I'm making is your mind will convince you that you're missing something. Still your mind so that you can hear your heart. And when you can hear your heart, you're going to find out what it takes for you to succeed. And then all of a sudden, you're going to find how freeing that is, because your confidence is going to go up. As long as you're willing to take action and not talk yourself out of the very guidance that's coming from your heart. The second thing, as I say goodbye here to you guys for today, is remember to check our show notes, because I have some events that will help you, some masterclasses that are coming up and other things. So I have the Love Yourself to Wealth for women. That's going to be awesome, you guys. And men, you can attend if you like, but it's for women. The 7-day consciousness cleanse, we're going to be launching that. As a matter of fact, it's launched. And also we are doing a repeat of Build Your Own Income, because we had a lot of fun with that. And I've received emails from people who said, okay, I didn't get a chance to sign up for whatever reason, so we're going to relaunch that soon, and I'll be announcing that in a couple of days. So with that being said, I want you guys to have an amazing day, a magnificent day, and Position yourself to do life with power, with the understanding that you are built by design to win.